Did you guys thank Ukraine for radically degrading the Russian military, destroying the notion of Russian invincibility?
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. Before we get going, I just want to do a quick shout out to today's sponsor. It is at Beth Lynn Green 12. So she has, I'm assuming it's a she, has donated, has sponsored a few times now, and I am very, very appreciative and thankful for all of her donations that have been made. So thank you very much. Hope you have a great day. And let's get on to the rest of the episode. All right, so we are talking about the speech that Donald Trump gave before Congress, his first of his new term, and it was pretty awesome. And it really showed the differences between the Democrats and their pettiness, and just the immense love and caring that President Trump has for all of Americans, not just the right, but the right and the left. He is truly a, everyone's purple, right? it's red and blue together, kind of like what Obama had talked about, but he never did. But President Trump absolutely does view the country in that way. It's just one country. There's no division in his mind. Anyways, let's get to some of the things that he said, and I hope you enjoy. All right, 10,000 subscribers. Let's do it. President Trump gave his first speech in front of joint Congress last night, and it was a doozy. He laid down a lot of good stuff, and he highlighted just some of the things that he's already accomplished in the 6 weeks of his second term.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term. And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke no longer. I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Well, of course, we could not expect the Democrats to act civilly. Their bad manners and disrespect was on full display as Representative Al Green just had to stand up and make a spectacle of himself, waving that stupid cane of his. And I don't even know what he was saying, but he was disrupting President Trump's speech. So, fortunately, and I'm thankful to see it, he got booted, just like Zelensky from the Oval Office. Let's take a look.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country. Small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Poor Al Green, always the victim. And what does he do as soon as he gets booted? Well, of course, he finds the nearest press and he pleads his case for impeachment. He's so stupid.
And I was making it clear to the president that he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. And I want him to know that his budget calls for deep cuts in Medicaid. He needs to save Medicaid, protect it. We need to raise the cap on Social Security. There's a possibility that it's going to be hurt, and we've got to protect Medicare. These are the safety net programs that people in my congressional district depend on. And this president seems to care less about them and more about the number of people that he can remove from the various programs that have been so helpful to so many people. It is the best way to get it across to a person who uses his incivility.
No.
Who uses his incivility against our civility.
Shows
he is
weakness.
a person who has consistently been used incivility against civility.
So do you have no mandate? Is that what you said?
Well, look, I'm willing to suffer whatever punishment is available to me. I didn't say to anyone,
coming.
Don't punish me. I've said I'll accept the punishment, but it's worth it to let people know that there are some of us who are going to stand up against this president's desire to cut Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security.
Were you saying you have no mandate? Is that what you told him?
That's what he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. None.
He's not going to.
Is the only punishment that you were kicked out, sir? Is there something?
I don't know. Whatever the punishment is, I'm not fighting the punishment. This is about the people who are being punished
that's
by
at least
virtue of
good.
losing their health care. This is the richest country in the world, and we have people who don't have good health care. We've got to do better. And now we're about to cut Medicaid, which is for poor people. Health care has become wealth care for many people, and we can't afford
The
to let
Democrats.
Is that the only thing that you're protesting?
No, I have other things I'm protesting. And I'm also working on my articles of impeachment.
Of course.
This president is unfit. He should not hold the office. 34 felony convictions, 2 times impeached.
Sir, tell me one more time what you were shouting in the chamber.
That he has no mandate to cut Medicaid.
That's what you were saying over and
Yes.
over. Thank you, sir.
Yes, no mandate. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Oh boy. So Al Green got kicked out of Trump's speech and immediately started drafting impeachment papers. The level of coping here is unreal. And you know what? Listen, I would have to see the actual section of this budget that he's talking about where it specifically says President Trump is going to cut and slash Medicaid and Medicare. It's not going to happen. Look, Musk has already said that there is tons of fraud in Medicaid and Medicare. And that is where he's looking to cut and slash and just take that cancerous part of Medicaid and Medicare out of the system and take those dollars and put it back into the flow of things, or maybe part of it go back to us citizens. You know, those are our tax dollars at work. So Al Green this is just a political stunt to get him in front of the cameras and he's a buffoon. He's a cane-wielding, crotchety old man buffoon. Now, the Democrats begin their rebranding campaign with an old man yelling into the air and waving his cane. Yeah, I guess they just had a meeting or some, I don't know what you'd call it, but they came together and a lot of them are basically saying, duh, we've got to like start looking like, and this is the key word, looking, acting more patriotic, acting like we care about the citizens of this country on the right and the left, and just basically becoming Republican. But the key word here is they don't want to act, they don't believe it, obviously, because that's not how their actions have not shown that over the last ever. But they are going to try to now, I believe, start acting way more Republican, way more centralist, to try to fool the people to start voting for them again. But it's all a ruse. Cheap stunt. Yep, totally. Butt hurt retard. Hey, I'll say it. We can say it now. We can say those words now. In the golden new age, without people melting down and freaking out. Al Green's whining just proves how weak the left has become. They can't beat Trump, so they resort to crying and drafting impeachment papers. Pathetic. Al Green needs to be removed from Congress. Al Green can spend as much time as he wants drafting impeachment papers. It will go nowhere. Let him rant, especially since we have the majority in both houses. Nothing can be, as long as nobody defects onto the evil empire side. We've covered some of the Social Security fraud that Doge has uncovered. And hopefully they are going to be taking care of that and just erasing all of those names, all of these super old names off the database. And here's just a few of them President Trump is going to go over, just so you can have a recap of the worst offenders. But there are millions and millions of names on this database, that need to be removed post haste. Check it out.
1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby. Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going, and it's not going to be pretty.
One of the biggest things President Trump campaigned on was reforming taxes, or getting at least some good tax cuts for the American people. And one of those things, of course, was the infamous no tax on tips. And last night in his speech, he brought that up as part of his official plan to start saving the American citizens some money. Take a look.
Very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
President Trump did something, I don't know if it was extraordinary. I don't know if it's ever been done before, but he changed the life of a young man last night. DJ Daniel was his name. I believe he's 13 years old. He is a brain cancer survivor, and he's wanted to become a police officer, I guess, his whole young life. He has been honorarily sworn in, I guess you'd say, to, I guess, various different police departments over the country, or at least in Texas. That's where they live. And anyways, President Trump did something very, it was so touching. And of course, you're going to see this clip, and I was moved. Especially at the very end, I kind of teared up. I'm not going to lie. I'm manly enough to say that. But these cold-hearted Dems didn't even stand up for this kid, for a 13-year-old black cancer survivor, and they couldn't even stand for this young man. It is so repulsive. But it is a good clip, so check it out.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Democrats stood up for George Floyd, but couldn't stand for a kid with cancer? This speaks volumes. Yeah, their behavior last night was absolutely disgusting. It shows their true colors. I don't cry often, but this got me. The facts that Dems didn't even applaud this makes me really hate them. Heartless. It's so insensitive. This is the moment of the night. I think it's definitely one of the top 5 for sure. Top 3 maybe. This was a beautiful moment and one of the reasons that I voted for President Trump. Yeah. Democrats Democrats couldn't even stand for a 13-year-old black brain cancer survivor. My gosh. If they don't stand for that, what in the heck do they stand for? I am not sure. Oh, but of course they do kneel for George Floyd. Bunch of oh, look, there's old Al Green. And of course Pelosi's right there. Boy, oh boy. These people, so retarded. President Trump addresses the success they've had at the border since he's come back into power, and it has been dramatic. And he pretty much did a mic drop when he told, and looking right at the Democrats, stated that Biden said And the Dems said that it couldn't be done, it couldn't be fixed, and it required vast overhaul on the immigration policies. But President Trump staring dead eye into the side of the Dems, said all we needed as a country to fix this problem was a new president. It was priceless. It was classic. It was total mic drop moment. Check it out.
Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you. The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president. Thank you.
One of the things on the minds of the American people of late is how the tariffs are going to affect them personally, and for those that have businesses, what effect they're going to have. And President Trump addressed the tariff issue, that it was there to protect the soul of America. So check it out.
Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us, very low, the lowest we've ever been.
President Trump wore his heart on his sleeve when he made such a great, loving gesture to Jocelyn Nungaray, who was brutally murdered by some illegal aliens, and apparently she really loved nature, and so President Trump made just an incredibly loving gesture in her name. So check it out.
The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Well, the results are in, and it looks like overwhelmingly the American people that watched the speech approved, with 76% giving the thumbs up and 23% disapproved. And I have no idea how anybody could disapprove of the speech that that President Trump presented in front of Congress. It was quite amazing. And it really did show the contrast between the MAGA movement and the despicable, petty Democrats and the little games they played throughout the whole speech. It was quite disgusting that they didn't stand for anything. They didn't support anything President Trump said. In fact, President Trump said that there's nothing that he could do or say that would make the Democrats applaud for him. So it's pretty vile. It's pretty vile stuff.
You don't care about this country, and that is unacceptable if you claim to be the president of the United States. So we are here. We are not going anywhere. We are going to continue to fight back, and we are going to continue to speak lies to his truth, to his stealing, and to his cheating. Thank you.
Lies to his truth. Wow. If for the first time ever, somebody tells the truth at that pulpit. I think that was probably a Freudian slip. I don't know, but I think this is priceless, and I hope someone uses this for commercial in the future, because this is so funny. Ay, ay, ay. All right, we are gonna continue to speak lies. Representative Sidney Kamlager, I don't know. Dove. Okay, it's a hyphenated. That's a long last name. At least she's honest about being a liar. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, history was made. A Democrat actually told the truth for the first time. Yay! Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Freudian slip. She may not know what it means. Ooh, okay, that's a little harsh. They wear honesty like the Scarlet Letter. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, totally. I love it when the subconscious betrays them. And it does happen every once in a while, but not too terribly often.
Oh no! It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music. You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
She is ridiculous.
They get on it like that. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like bump. Must have on a beat, bro. Deep
put their tongue out again.
Man down, turn like ember lambs. Tell them breathe. Let them boys to the cross, they walk around like G's. What's up with these?
Oh gosh. You know, Jasmine Crockett, she is such a piece of trash. I have no idea how she got elected. Like, she is just ghetto trash. I'm sorry. Like, who acts that way as a representative? I'm sorry. She's ridiculous, and she's a real disappointment. I would be embarrassed if she was my rep, for sure. It's even cringier to think that these dumb Fs have been rehearsing this and practiced this effing BS. Yes, totally. How much time did they waste? Ghetto gaggers. Oh boy. This is the Democrat reality, which is nothing more than a show. Totally. It's all an act.
$8 million for making mice transgender.
That is funny. Now, this is part of his speech last night in front of Congress, but this is clown world. Okay, this is some of the ridiculous things that we're spending money on that the Dems have been pushing out through USAID, and hopefully, he said it's been cut. So let's just assume that this garbage has been eliminated. Okay, crazy stuff.
This is real.
All right, my friends. Well, enough of the news. You are about to enter the Lib Zone. Ay, ay, ay. We Americans love you. Ay, ay, ay. So she's actually cutting her hair. Okay, well, it does look a little bit better now. Now that she's combed it. Why is she making her nostrils so dark? brother. She is sick. Although she does kind of look like him. Oh gosh, that's creepy. Creepy. I'm starting to think libs enjoy being mentally ill. I think so too. Ukraine army waiting for you. Go join them. Yeah, they do look pretty cool right there with all the matching shades that we purchased. She transformed herself into Zelensky in solidarity. Mental illness is a hell of a thing. Yep.
Is anybody else watching what's happening right now at the Oval Office with Trump literally screaming at Zelensky and Vance yelling at Zelensky, this poor man.
Oh, brother.
I feel so bad for Zelensky. Like, two fucking dictators, meaning
Right.
Putin and Trump, coming at him.
Oh, Putin and Trump. What about JD?
And this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted in our country?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. But what about poor Zelensky? Poor Zelensky. What about him totally interrupting and talking over the president of the United States, disrespecting the most powerful man in the world? He goes in there with this attitude and just totally tanks the whole entire deal. But apparently he has at least written a letter that totally kisses Trump's ass. And he is trying to get back into good graces and get this deal done. But I don't know. We'll see.
Male bodies are naturally better at jumping higher,
Yes.
running faster,
Yes.
and moving bigger weight.
Of course.
Women's bodies
Yeah.
are typically better at timing, balance, and
Yeah.
flexibility.
Sure. Yeah.
If we look at the sports that are popular in our patriarchal-led world,
Oh, brother.
sports like basketball and football, which in the US are the most moneymakers and the biggest watched sports, only revolve around the qualities that male bodies are good at.
Because they're the only ones that can play the game and make it entertaining.
The sports that aren't popular, like dance, figure skating, gymnastics, which women absolutely naturally excel at, are not popular.
I'll give her that point. But look, if you want to really, if you want to make the WNBA successful, here's a little hint to the women out there. You need to go to the games and buy their merch so that they have money coming into their system so that the NBA doesn't have to supplement them. And it would change everything. But you have to go. Just go. You have to go. But the women, they don't care about that stuff. So that's another part of her diluted argument that she doesn't mention. So anyways, let's see what this buffoon has to say.
Well refers to Donald Trump as the Kremlin employee of the month at this point. He already said he wanted to be a dictator when he came into office. He already cahoots with a dictator. He spits talking points of that dictator. And you know what's even crazier?
Yeah.
He banned American news stations from coming into the White House to report, right?
What?
Guess who he allowed to come in?
No.
Russian state media.
Okay, first of all, the Russian state media person was immediately ejected from that meeting as soon as it was found out that they were there, you stupid idiot. And hello, there were tons of press covering the meeting between Trump and Zelensky. Are you like absolutely retarded? I think your little bear cap is on a little too tight, my man, because you need to get some blood flowing up into that brain of yours.
The hand-picked group of people that are allowed to come into the Oval Office to report on high-level meetings, he's like, the Associated Press? Absolutely not. Reuters? Absolutely not. Russia? Come on in. If Vladimir Putin wanted to take over our government, what would be the best way for him to do it? If he wanted to weaken America, what would be the best way for him to do it? Get somebody elected that tears our government down from the inside and allows him to come in and do it as well. Trump's allowing foreign nationals to come in and become American citizens for $5 million. He's cahooting and talking secretly. He let it slip in that meeting in the Oval Office. He's talking secretly with a foreign adversary's dictator, Vladimir Putin. He's already been shown to align himself with the desires of Vladimir Putin. Why?
Well, if it's so secret, then why do you know that he's been talking to Putin? That doesn't make any sense.
Why the fuck else would he want Greenland? All of these things that Vladimir Putin have already said that he's wanted. What would be the best way for Putin to hurt America? To get an asset elected and ruin us from the inside. And you stupid bitches voted for it.
Yeah, there are multiple reasons why we should have Greenland. President Trump. Yeah, he was talking about Greenland in his speech. And at one point he said, oh, we're going to get Greenland. And he kind of like gave this mischievous look. He's like, one way or the other. That's funny. I don't know exactly what that means, but he invited the Greenland people to, I guess it's up to them. They were going to vote on it or something if they want to go. I believe they're under the control of a Denmark or something. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. But apparently they have the option to, I guess, come over to America. And President Trump is like, yeah, come on over. We'll protect you. We'll make you rich. And everything will be good in the golden age. In the golden age, yes. All right, let's see what this lady has to say.
Yesterday is like so heavy on my heart for this country.
Yeah, because of those big glasses.
And if you think what happened was okay, you lack a certain level of education to understand why it was so wrong. You also lack class and humility.
Yeah, that's me. No.
For so many reasons.
Super
and
prideful.
This isn't about, what Biden did, what this one did, what Kamala did. It's not even about that.
Yeah, because they're perfect.
There's wrongs on both sides. This will be looked back on historically as a turning point.
Yeah.
And if you're educated and cultured and intelligent enough to understand, you understand. And for those defending it, I'm sorry, you're so fucking stupid, it's incomprehensible.
Yeah, but your take is already not accurate because we now know that Zelensky came crawling back literally on his hands and feet, short of begging to get the mineral deal signed. Look, it's all part of the art of the deal, okay? That's what President Trump has done his whole entire life, lady. You're the one that's stupid and ignorant and can't comprehend that maybe Trump is playing chess and everybody else is playing tiddlywinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, so look, it's coming. It's going to get signed. It's going to be sweet. And quite frankly, even if we sign a deal with Russia to do minerals with them, I think that's probably a good thing because then we'll have United States citizens and companies in both countries. And if we've got our footprint in both of those countries, nobody's going to be starting crap, okay? The guarantee to peace is just that. Give us the minerals and everyone will be happy. All right, let's go. Let's go. Exactly. You're retarded.
What made you want to organize this protest?
Well, I spent 26 months in prison for DUI negligent homicide.
Respect.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That was after I was the victim of domestic violence, and so the experience really taught me that whoever goes to prison is a victim first.
You was getting abused, then you was having a couple drinks to deal with your pain, and then you was driving, and then someone happened to be in the way.
Actually, I hit a shopping cart at 3 miles an hour in a parking lot, and the shopping cart knocked someone over, and he died about a week later.
Man, so it was really the shopping cart that should have been in prison.
Fair to say, or the alcohol, one of the two, yeah.
What? So she's playing the victim in all this? She's not taking any responsibility for killing somebody? I mean, that's a horrible chain of events that happened, obviously, for for her to be driving and hitting that cart right at the exact time that that person was in front of the cart to tragically lose their life. But she's the victim? Oh my gosh, these people are so dumb. I don't get it.
You know, watching that Trump-Zelensky press conference in the Oval Office today, and how Vance and Trump just
made it awesome.
Whatever that was they did.
Yeah.
I got to tell you the truth.
Strategy.
As a Marine Corps veteran, a Marine for life.
Well, thank you for your service.
As someone who grew up with a deep love for our country.
Okay,
but I used to cry when I hear the national anthem. You know, I love our country.
Loved?
I got to be honest right now.
Loved? Past tense?
I am fucking disgusted with our country.
Oh boy.
I'm embarrassed by it.
What happened to you, man?
I hate everything we stand for.
How did you become that way?
And what is the most powerful weapon against hate? Love.
What?
And I see it in every single one of you.
So
I see
simple.
love on every single face that I'm looking at.
Except for you disgusting people on the right that love Trump. You are dead to me. Absolutely dead. I hope you all die horrible deaths. But everybody else, my heart is with you.
And remember that you are a person, and you are full of the one thing that is the most powerful weapon that we can use to take our country back
from those disgusting Trumpers. Ah! But we're gonna do it with love. This chick is bipolar. Totally bipolar, and she's definitely a chick, and don't even present it as anything else, okay? What does that say? Meet trans people, ask us anything. Look, I've met a couple trans people in my life. Two of them, way before all this insanity started, totally normal. Totally, didn't even bring up that they were trans. I didn't even know that they were trans until someone had informed me. Just totally normal, nice people. But something happened. Something has happened in the last few years, and it's radicalized a lot of the people that are trans, and now they're all crazy, insane, dangerous people, okay? Not all of them, but definitely, unfortunately, a lot of them. All right, let's go.
The part that gets me is that they want you to thank them. Thank you, Donald Trump. They want you to thank them for letting you get fucked. Say thank you to Donald Trump. He sat on that couch. He sat on that little couch in his little suit with his chubby little cheeks pointed at the president of a nation. Say thank you, Donald Trump, right now. Who has been under invasion for 3 years, that has had hundreds of thousands of its citizens killed, that is under constant shelling by a larger power that has openly stated that our nation is its enemy. He's pointed at him and said, why don't you thank him? Thank you, Donald Trump. Say it back. Why don't you thank that 78-year-old dementia patient who can't wait to leave this room and go back to his fucking iPad? If you don't say thank you, Donald Trump, right now, we're gonna find you.
This guy's funny.
That's the part that gets me.
My name is Jazz, and I am transgender. At an early age, as soon as I could express myself, I made it clear I was a girl. Guided by medical professionals, I began my social transition at age 5. At age 11, gender-affirming care helped me avoid developing secondary male characteristics, and when I was 17 and a half, I got my bottom surgery. Today, people call my family abusive, but does this look abusive? My brother Sander is a fierce social media ally. My dad has always fought for my rights and is an incredible protective father. My brother Griffin has taken on pro bono LGBTQ plus cases. My sister Ari does LGBTQ plus research. And my
That's his sister? I thought that was another brother that was transitioning when they had the group photo of the family. This is so pathetic. And these parents should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. Yet they're showing nothing but faux pride in the mutilation of their son, who is forever altered, regardless of what he thinks. I mean, what if one day he wakes up and is like, oh, nope, my bad. I'm actually a boy, but now I'm effed. So
My mom has been my greatest supporter and rock since the moment I was born. My story is proof of unconditional love
and the power of family. Trans people need your support and deserve all the
I'm sorry, but the sister totally looks like a trans woman. I'm sorry. Like it's
basic human rights you have.
Don't listen to what you hear in the media. Get to know trans people.
I think it's anti-American to support Ukraine. When asked if they're pro-Russia, they say they're pro-America.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pro-Russia, but they won't
Russia.
say it because they were ingrained since childhood to think that Russia is bad. But they know that Trump is in bed with Russia and they're okay with it, but they also can't just say, I support Russia. Even though they support Russia, because they're saying it's anti-American to support Ukraine. The conflict within themselves, it must be really hard for them. Because right now, they're showing how hard it is. Every time I'm like, so you're pro-Russia? And they say, I'm pro-America. As a response, they're showing that conflict within themselves. Because I can say, I'm pro-Ukraine, right? I'm pro-Ukraine. I support Ukraine. They can't say they support Russia, but they don't support Ukraine. And they're picking a side because they're calling me anti-American for supporting Ukraine. Wow, it's crazy. This is very interesting and will be studied for years to come. The app.
How stupid you are, and those that look. I in the beginning, I was even for supporting Ukraine, and because like Putin obviously was the aggressor, he needed to be stopped. Ukraine wasn't able to do it, but this gravy train has gone on far too long. And quite frankly, if we would have stopped supporting Ukraine a couple of years ago, this war would already be over. Now, Ukraine would probably be entirely enveloped back into Russia, but that's not our problem. I'm sorry if that seems really cold and heartless, but the giving money away is done. It's done unless we're getting some back. So hence the mineral deal.
Kept saying you are not allowed access to online banking. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? And so the nice cashier was like, it's okay, no worries. We'll just put this to the side for you. We'll keep it all together. Come on back, and then we can just go straight to customer service and they'll check you out. Don't worry about it.
What is
I
the
was like,
point of
thanks.
this?
And I left. But as I started walking home, all I could think about was that scene in the first season of The Handmaid's Tale. I think it was the first season where
what?
It was before when Gilead was taking over. June and Moira are in the coffee shop, and all of a sudden their debit cards don't work. And it turns out that women aren't allowed to have access to bank accounts, and the money has to go to a male relative.
That's exactly what's happening.
And that got me to thinking, because
I'm
what the hell?
Bipolar?
I don't have one of those. I am not married, nor have I ever been married to anyone.
Shocking.
I don't have brothers. My father is deceased. My grandfather is obviously both long deceased.
Condolences.
Like, what am I gonna do? Have to ask my cousin, who I haven't seen since the 90s, if he'll hold my bank account?
Does somebody want
Okay, she is delusional. and Handmaid's Tale, really? She's way too old to be to be pumping out kids. To be pumping out anything. She's past her prime. I'm sorry. So I don't know. Maybe you didn't understand how the website worked or something. Go call IT or I don't know. But no one's freezing your accounts because it's The Handmaid's Tale. Jeez Louise.
want to tell the rat bastard and his cronies in office that making fun of the president of another country for how they're dressed while they're trying to save their people?
Well, just a point. I heard that during his prep, Zelensky's prep for this meeting with President Trump, he was very specifically told, amongst other things, basically to kiss the ring and just sign on the dotted line. But he was specifically told to wear a freaking suit to show some respect for the office, for standing in front of the most powerful man in the world. And yet he couldn't do it. I mean, that was fine with Biden, because who gives a crap about Biden? Nobody respects Biden. But you gotta respect President Trump, and he totally failed to do that, which is, it's on Zelensky.
From destruction and genocide is the lowest level of scummery there is.
President Trump
Scummery.
And Vice President Vance.
Yeah.
I am so embarrassed to call myself an American. So embarrassed by your behavior.
I need some more tears. Thank you.
You make me sick.
So
you
good.
make me sick.
So good.
I stand with Ukraine.
You're an
Right
idiot.
now, I don't know if I want to cry or scream.
But I'll probably do
How
both.
embarrassing was Trump to President
brother.
Zelensky, and how much bullying did he have to take from Vance and Trump? You have to listen to the way they talk to him. They don't let him speak. They just bully.
So here's... Did she watch the same video I did? Because that was not what I saw. I saw Zelensky being very rude and disrespectful to President Trump and to J.D. Vance. So, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Oh boy, let's see what this guy's got to say. I'm sure it's going to be something about how horrible President Trump is.
Here's a question for JD and
Oh, okay.
Donnie Boy.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys thank Ukraine for radically degrading
what?
the Russian military, destroying the notion of Russian invincibility?
What? Through our weapons, through our ammunition, through our uniforms, we supplied everything to Ukraine to fight. Are you kidding me? We gave them tanks. We gave them airplanes. We gave them missiles. We gave them anti-aircraft capabilities. We gave them everything to fight Russia. So who the hell are you thanking? You need to be thanking Trump and the United States for letting them even have a fighting chance. You stupid, stupid man.
Protecting democracy
Oh,
across
gosh.
the European continent and beyond, all without the loss of a single American life, and all at a monumental cost to the Ukrainian people.
It's time for Dave's Detox. Talk in the cockpit. Is he DI hire? Aww. Loving that butt rub. I don't know why cats like that so much.
You're gonna pat him, are you? You're gonna give him a little high five, are we? Come in for the face. What are you gonna do?
Take it out. Sweep the leg.
Let's go. What are you gonna do? They're in your face. What are you gonna do? Whoa! It's a family of skunks. Oh my god!
Oh, wow. It's a little family of skunks. Aww. Wow, that's a lot of kids. Oh, nice. Taking the drone.
Are you serious?
That's funny.
It's right here. Look. No, over here.
Now I'm lying on the cold, hard ground. Oh! Oh, trouble, trouble, trouble.
Oh, brother. That's funny. Uh-oh. Hope there's nothing in there. Ew, there was. What the heck? Oh, nice. Brain freeze. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Sorry about this, folks. Cat. That's funny. Oh, this is awesome. I love dogs. They're like, what? Where'd it go? Amazing. That is funny stuff. Well, hey, listen, I hope you enjoyed the detox. I did. They're always good, and gets that bad taste from all the crazy out of your mouth for sure. So if you enjoyed the episode today, please consider subscribing, liking. Please share the video with your friends and family and those that you think might be interested in what we're doing here at Idle Hands. Definitely looking to grow the channel this year, and you can definitely be a part of that. So thank you very much for all your love and support. And until the next episode, stay safe. Know that you are loved and appreciated. And until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.